What's going on, Workforce? Brian here, and today I'm happy to share with you more Octopath Traveler updates. If you're not aware, Octopath Traveler is a project that doesn't really have an official name, but I'm wondering if it's going to end up just being Octopath Traveler, is a game coming out for Switch this year. And its art style and its gameplay has really captured my attention since the minute it was revealed last year at Nintendo's revealing of the Switch. So this game is by Square Enix, just trying to get you caught up. It's an RPG. There's a demo out on the eShop right now that you can go and download. And just this last week, a lot of little details have come out about this game, both from the developers and from various interviews that I thought were really interesting. And again, this is one of my most anticipated games right now of this year. I'm very interested in it because of the pedigree of the developers behind it. This comes from the Bravely Default developers who really kind of made that series on the 3DS, and I'm happy to see something being brought over to the Nintendo Switch. There's a lot here to unpack, and again, the best thing you can do if you have a Switch, go and download this game, play it for yourselves. It is gorgeous, and it's a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to have more of it. So for the meantime, we have to be, I guess, fed off of these little updates they like to trickle out. Those updates being, they had over 1 million people download the demo, and then they had a survey asking for feedback about it, and over 45,000 people responded to the survey. This is really exciting and amazing numbers to have that, like, I guess, big of an interest, especially with that many downloads for the Switch. And obviously the Switch has been making news. It's already outsold Wii U. Tons of information and things that we could just talk about Nintendo and the Switch in and of itself on its own. But it's important to think that at the time that this demo was released, yeah, that number wasn't there. That's a huge percentage install base of people who've downloaded this game relative to the overall install base of the Switch itself. So then they go into just more details. They talk about visibility, the user interface, the battle system. And so regarding visibility, they're improving the ability to, I guess, adjust your brightness settings. They're adding in kind of a little radar for helping to navigate around. They're overall looking for landmarks into the maps to really kind of help make navigation of the game simple. And speaking of just navigating the world, they're updating it now to use the analog stick so that you can use that to run. And then they're adding, where like before you would just move and then you'd have to hold B to move faster. Well, they're going to still keep that holding of the B button to move and run faster, but what it's going to be balanced with is that by sprinting, you're going to increase your odds of random encounters. So if you're wanting to grind it out, yeah, you can kind of sprint around and build up and farm and grind, obviously, that way. So this seems like an interesting balance, but just being able to use the stick to be able to walk and to run seems like obviously a great improvement. And again, that radar that they showed off in the video, and I'll be sure to link it in the description below, helps to, I guess, trying to find your way around. And so this is really cool to see. They're also adding in a fast travel option. So we didn't really need to experience a lot of that. Obviously, the maps were fairly small as a part of the two different stories. And so with the two characters from the demo, Primrose and Ulbrich, they talk about their stories are fairly compact, etc. And so with these two characters, there's obviously 6 others, and then the world essentially is going to be quite expansive. And so they wanted to go with 8 characters, and this is actually from an interview that they gave, because they wanted to have lots of interesting opportunity for party makeup. Now, from what we're seeing in screenshots and things like that, it looks like your party is going to be consisting of kind of 4 people. Very traditional Final Fantasy. And I've said it before, and there's other videos I've put on, about this topic, is that, I think Octopath Traveler could literally be a Final Fantasy game. Bravely Default is a Final Fantasy game. It's set in that turn-based style. And whether they don it with the title, or the mantle of Final Fantasy, or they keep it in a Bravely Default or a brand new IP named for this topic, it still has yet to be seen. They're still calling it Project Octopath Traveler. But I am just, oh gosh, I really cannot wait to learn more about this. Anyway, sorry, I digressed for a little bit there. But they talk about fast travel, which is going to be huge as part of navigating the world. They talk about UI improvements, making it easier to use the system to, I guess, manage your inventory, to manage your party. They said they can't show off all the improvements yet. There's still a lot of things that they're trying to have in secret. Increasing the text font size, increasing the battle speed, the text when talking to players in the world, etc. All of these things are just really nice quality of life things that we didn't have for the demo and that they've heard that feedback on. Now, one interesting thing they talk about is the battle system and the difficulty. Apparently, a lot of people have expressed that the battles themselves are too difficult. And while they said that the ongoing balance of this, will be a thing, the game in itself is trying to be balanced by the world and not by individual characters or your level. So basically, in my mind, I translate this back into the old like Dragon Quest days. If you cross over this bridge, you're going to be in a new area, and those monsters are going to be much stronger. So it doesn't sound like that the game is going to scale to your level. It sounds like you can pretty much like out level or out grind an area and then just kind of roll through the entire into the entire thing. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. It was interesting because I really enjoyed the difficulty of the fights, but at the same time I didn't find them too difficult. Doing a little bit of grinding here and there made it to where those fights I think were relatively easy. Obviously a lot of a turn-based battle system has to do with strategy, but it also has to do with being prepared, whether you have the right gear, whether you have the right right levels for the fights themselves. I think the biggest update that they list here is the fact that they're bringing in a skip cutscene option as well as a review previous viewed cutscenes. The whole previous cutscene thing's brilliant. It's going to make my life a lot easier, especially if I'm trying to dive into the lore, into the world of this game without having to constantly play it back and back again. But the skip cutscenes is huge because if anybody's seen a stream that I did, I was showing off this game and oh my gosh, like I was in this fight and I lost, and then you have to go like back and do the boss fight again after I did some grinding, and it's just talk. This game is not gonna mince words. It is going to talk to you. And the story and the characters, I think, are worth it. They're worth your time. For me, a huge JRPG fan, huge into the story, into the world, and these characters stand out really already. I just cannot wait to play more, see what these stories and how they evolve. And so then as a part of interviews, and before I wrap up this video, they talk about a lot about how they picked 8 characters for both the unique party makeup, but each character is going to have their unique story that they're going to be, really try to stand them out and have these really developed characters. This is exciting. This is huge. I think if anybody remembers Chrono Cross, they're like 32 characters, and it's like, who cares? Like, I did not like that game. It breaks my heart. But battle system being turn-based, they really wanted something to have that strategy and that level, and then the whole break system, things like that, they really do, and I have to praise them on it. It is really interesting how it works. If you don't know how it works, again, check out the demo. If you'd like more details, we have done videos about breaking down the battle system as it exists previously. I'll see if I can't find a link. It has been a while. But Octopath Traveler is set to come out this year. This is a huge title for Square Enix. It's exclusive right now, for all we know, to Nintendo. So from my perspective is that I think Nintendo's publishing or having some kind of relationship with Square Enix on this, in this regards, and so this is exciting to see. Obviously, we saw The World Ends With You is coming back. The one, I guess, big thing that I'm just kind of waiting on is why the Secret of Mana remake is not coming to the Switch yet, but they're kind of hinting that it will be. Lots of fun things are happening in the world of Nintendo, in the world of Square. Lots of great games. Like I think it might be a little too early to call 2018 the best year in gaming, but it feels like that. I've already been overrun with so many games this month alone, and it's not looking like it's going to slow down anytime soon. But that wraps it up for me, guys. Hopefully this update and this information has been helpful. I'll try to include links to the descriptions in the description below, so you can check out the interview that was given, and it's over on Nintendo's page as well. Lots of really cool, exciting developments, and no obviously word on release date just yet. But stay tuned. We're going to be... I'm not going to pre-order it as a part of my 2018 pledge not to pre-order, but I cannot wait till launch day for this game already. It's definitely in the buy category, even though we have seen still like just little pieces of it. But from what I've experienced, if they can maintain that quality, perfection. All right, guys, that wraps it up for me. I'd love to know your thoughts on this game or anything related to Nintendo or video games. Regardless, sound off in the comments below. Let's have that conversation. Let's have a great day. I hope you're having a fantastic day, week, month, year, and happy February to you. For Work to Game, my name's Brian. I hope you have a fantastic day. Like I said, can't seem to stop saying that enough. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end screen credits with a dancing Gooboo. Thanks so much for watching this video. We hope you subscribe to the channel. You could do so by clicking somewhere on this screen with a face of these two gentlemen, and you could see me kind of sneaking around there. Yes, that's right. I'm your illustrious host, Chuck, mastermind of it all. These guys work for me. You should totally subscribe because I've got them working really, really hard. Yes. But anyway, I'm a good boss. Anyway, guys, I don't really know how to end this. I'm not really used to being on camera. Either way, subscribe. We hope you do. Otherwise, have a fantastic Goobo day.